Alrighty, and we're back. Hi guys. Alright, so this next video here is going to be on the 1.9 thread. What is it, and how to use it for fun and profit, and the proper etiquette on the thread. Now, the 1.9 thread is easily the most complicated thread in use that I know of in any way, shape, or form. The 1.9 thread, however, differs significantly from the swaps in that the regular swap threads, your 5, your 10, 20, 40, 100, or even 200 point swap threads, are similar to going to the store and buying a drink and a bag of chips. You give your money, you get your product, you leave. However, the 1.9 thread is more like long-term investing. You're probably going to put more in than you're initially going to get back out. You're not going to get as high dividends now as you will later on. It still, however, is far and away the best way long-term to level your buildings. This has been proven by plenty of 100 million point plus players. The people that have 100, 300, 500 million points all swear by this, so apparently they know something. So, let's have a look and let's figure out how to do this. To start with, we're going to go and we're going to take a look at a currently active 1.9 thread. Now, the Relic Seekers, who some of you may be trying to join, have a very active 1.9 thread. You see the little red 59? That's only been in the last couple of hours since I cleared it last. Alright, now this is what the actual 1.9 thread in motion looks like. Now if you'll look and see where Vince the Wolf, alright, he's done several. Okay, let's start with Cooper. You notice he has where it says Don SMB 5 and 4, Hath Cape 3-2, Joe CF 2, Mark CDM 2. Now Vince comes in and he says Zeus 3 and then realizes, oh wait a minute, didn't do that quite right. So he puts his Zeus at the bottom, and the third position is the only one open at the moment. And then he comes back in and he adds in his Terracotta Army. And then we see that he also took a spot on Hath Cape. Because if you'll notice in the one above it, and now he just took another position. He took Joe's Chateau Frontenac. So now that's off the board. Now that's just to show you this is what the thread actually looks like. Everybody wants to know, well, why is it called the 1.9 thread? Well, here's why. Because ultimately, the 1.9 thread is tied to the arc. The arc is the absolute single most important game building, great building there is. Every player literally should have one, and they should have it up around 80th level. Now I'm going to go to someone whom I know has an 80th level arc. This gentleman right here, Dominator, is one of the best men in the game. Not because he has the most points, but because he's really genuinely one of the nicest people. We're going to look at his great buildings, and then we're going to come here and look at his arc. Now, you see on the overview, his arc pays under level 80, it pays plus 90% contribution rewards, and then 162 goods to the guild. See the little guild shield every 24 hours. So those two ideas right there are why everyone likes the arc. It helps build up the guild, but the 90% contribution rewards, and notice under level 81 it goes 90.1. So if you take, and let's look at a great building, and we're going, while we're here, we will take a look at his level 6 Temple of Relics. Now, in order to put a building on the 1.9 thread, you have to make the positions 1 through 3, 4, 5, depending on how high level the building is, lockable. The positions that have to be lockable are the ones that pay forge points. So you have the little buttons in the center between the contributor's name, the little house, and the message. So when we touch that, it shows us that the reward for finishing first place is 45 forge points. Now the plus 14 you see beside that is the effect of my arc. It's currently a level 11, I think it is right now. It pays another 105 medals and 2 blueprints. So then we come down here to number 2 pays 25, and then third will pay 10, and then fourth will pay 5. So in this case, you only have to make levels 1 through 4 lockable. Now, in order to do that, we have observatory that is a level 6. We're going to go step out here and look at something called FOE tools. Everyone should download this unless you have an Apple iPhone, in which case you're going to need to have a friend that's got an Android. So, if we come over here and we come over here and we go to, where have I got that at? FOE tools. I've got FOE tools and small FOE tools. Just to make this is FOE tools. When it comes up, it has several really useful tools. The main one we're going to look at right now is for the Great Building Calculator. It's a sort of a confusing one, so I'm just going to show it to you real quick, and then I'm going to go use the small FOE tools because it gives us the answer faster. This has more flexibility, especially if you're going out doing sniping. And when it gets loaded, for those of you who don't know, sniping is going out and knocking people out of positions and getting like really good payoffs from having done it. There's a trick to it. If anybody's interested, let me know, and I'll do a video if you really want it on how to go sniping. Some people don't think very much of snipers. Anyway, Great Building Investment. We click on it. I thought we clicked on it. There it goes. Now, we're working on Temple of Relics. So we go to Temple of Relics. Hopefully. Apparently the phone is running slow tonight. Okay, here we go. Now, level. We're going to start with the level. And it is, let's see here. Oh, that's global. Okay, here we go. Yes, the phone is definitely running slow tonight. So we're going to bring this down. I think it was level 5. Okay, here we go. Alright, I think we were dealing with level 5 to level 6. We'll come down here. And, okay. Now, this shows the first place. It pays off 30 points. And the owner has to put on 210 forge points in order to secure first place. Now, because we're looking at all 4, if you come down here to 4th place, you will see that the owner has to put on 220 points, except it comes with no default reward, so I must have this number wrong, because 4th place did in fact pay something. So let's add 1. Okay. Sorry, the squirrels distract me some days. Okay, 4th still has no default rewards. Okay, I'm not going to get hung up on that. For now, we're going to assume that for 3 places, he has to put on 265 points in order to secure the building. Now, because we were talking about this, here we go, 6 to 7, maybe that does it. again, you can see that this page is really sort of complicated. This is more for snipers. FOE Small Tools does a much better, much faster job of this. So we're going to close this one out, and we're going to go to FOE Small Tools after we double check and see that we were going from level 6 to level 7. Okay, that was my fault then. So, and here we go. Now this is FOE Small Tools. Come down here, we have we can pick our building by tapping on the building. Again, the phone is running slow for some reason this evening. Come on, there we go. And since we're working with Temple of Relics, we're going to come up here, tap on Temple of Relics, and we know that we're going to from level 6 to level 7, I believe it was. Yes. So, it shows right here that it takes 420 to level it up, and then you have to put on 257 points to lock all the way through 5th place. You only really have to worry about locking 4th place. Most people would put, say, 256, leaving 1 point open for someone who wants to get the 5th place reward. Okay, so now, why do we call it the 1.9 thread? And here's why. If you see on this screen in the first position, it pays 45, but it costs you 86. This is because if you take 1.9 and multiply it times the reward, 45, you get, I believe it's 85.5. You always round up on the thread. Always round up. Anytime there's a fraction, round up. So it costs you 86 points in order to buy first position. Now, that's not so, doesn't actually help you out a whole lot. But here is the really important part. This is why the arc is so important. Remember, it showed that it actually gave plus 90%. That's the 0.9. So at 80th level, it would cost you 86, and with your arc bonus, you would get 86 points back. In effect, no point loss. Now, for those of you who don't have arcs, this is an important point for you to pay attention to. Really, anybody who needs a great building that doesn't have a 80th level arc yet. Do not pay for any position but 4th or 5th, and only then if it pays blueprints. Now, when you're talking level 1, 2, 3, and they're on the sticks to bricks thread, then you can go so far as to pay for like a 2nd or 3rd place, because you're only paying 5-10 points here or there. The point is, if you need arc blueprints or any great building blueprints, don't take anything that costs you more than 19 forge points. 19 forge points is what it costs to buy a reward level of 10. You see that on the 3rd position. It pays 10, it costs 19. That's all you ever want to get, is something that gives you blueprints and costs you no more than 19 forge points. Okay? So, now we're going to go back to the city. And this may take a minute to load because my phone just does funny things sometimes. But while that's loading, and yes, that's what I thought would happen, there's a certain etiquette to how you put things on the 1.9 thread and how you take them off, how you claim them. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go look. Now, if you'll remember real quick, the next level at 81 paid 1.91%. Do the math and you find out that after 80th level, if you put on 190 points, you get back 191. So on a 100-point reward, it costs 190 points to purchase it, but you get back 191. This is why you see some people I thought I had that cut off. Sorry about that, folks. That's why you see people with arcs that are 110, 120th level. These guys are making bank just by contributing to 1.9 threads. Now, to give you an idea, and I'm nowhere near that level, and I'll even show you real quick that my arc is only a level 11. You see the number where it says available forge points? I have 85. That's my daily pool. That 1738 is what I currently have in my inventory. And I'm nowhere near close to what some of these other guys are. Just invest carefully. Some of that sniping points, different video. But the thing is, you invest carefully, and then whatever happens, do not dip into your inventory points until you get enough inventory points that you can afford to lose it and still have plenty of points left in the inventory. Even if it takes a couple days to get it prepped and ready, and you got to leave it and maybe you run the risk of getting snipers, do not dip into your inventory points until you have a total worth talking about. I don't dip into mine except in very special cases. So now we're going to go over here, and I'm going to try to explain some of what's going on. Oh, good, we're getting activity. Okay, so if you will notice up here, Paul the Revolutionary, we'll say this is the start of what's going on here. You have Don, SMB 5. Don is the player's name, SMB is the great building, 5 is the position. Hath, Cape, which is Cape Canaveral. Vince has his Zeus and his Terracotta Army. Paul put his Terracotta Army out there. Now, then we come down and we see that Paul, he took, let's see, okay, he took it off for some reason. Apparently something wasn't right. Yep, he took that off. That's the only thing I see. Now, Lateralus, who's Lat, HC21, HC being Hamaji Castle, he took everything but Vince's Terracotta Army second position off. So he took the SMB 5, Hath Cape 3, Vince's Zeus 3, and Vince's first position. Now you'll notice it has first, second, and I'm going to come up here and see if maybe there's one with a little better numbers. Alright, here we go. Where Master Mark the Elder, no, don't copy to the clipboard. Don SMB 543. Nobody told you to do that. Hath Cape has 321. In this thread here, you do not take second position until first position is taken. You don't take fourth position until third, and fifth is always the last one to go. So that if I wanted to take, in this case, which just showed up the screen, LKG, which is Lord Killjoy, this is his Blue Galaxy. Now, if I remember right, I'm friends with him. Nope, I thought I was. Okay. Anyway, his Blue Galaxy has positions 1, 2, 3, and 4 available. So, if I wanted to take that, let's say I wanted to take third position, I have to wait until first and second are taken by other folks. Then I can come in, and I don't have, let me see what Lat's Hamaji Castle takes. Oh, he's way out of my league. Way out of my league. Okay, now his first position pays 1,790 forge points. Never mind the green numbers, those are the arc bonuses. The 1,790 times 1.9 is going to be very big, very quick. I don't have my calculator handy. I normally have one handy, I just don't at the moment. But anybody with a calculator handy, multiply 1,790 times 1.9. That's the numbers you need for first position. Second position is going to take 895 points, which means it's probably going to take roughly 1,750 points to buy that. possibly more. Third position is 300. That's 300, which is 190 times 3. So that's going to be 570 forge points to secure third position. I actually could reach into my inventory and pay that. And in some cases, like you see where it pays the 18,000 medals, that might be worth it for me if I need that many medals to get my next land expansion. It pays 9 blueprints. Now, I already have an Hamaji Castle, so I don't need it. But fourth position gets down to 75, which is going to be roughly 138 or so, I think. 142, something like that. Fourth position is that, and fifth position is 15. This is out of your league if you don't already have a ton of points and everything else, because that's going to cost you 29 points. It's going to cost 29 points to buy that position. Never pay that, especially if you're just blueprint hunting. That's for the big boys. That's out of my league at this point. So let's go back to here and see what's happening. Alright, so Paul has come in, and he is listed his Hamaji Castle now at 3. Okay, let's see what his Hamaji Castle for 3 is. Okay, now this is actually more my league here. I can afford this. I can actually afford to play up into the 40s and 50s. Now, you see that Baxi is on here, and apparently they're trying to snipe a position. Or they just went in and threw, yep, they're trying to snipe the position because it's 50. Now, 19 times 5 is going to be, 95 points. I actually have 85, so I'm going to go back here, and if nobody's called it yet, I copy to the clipboard, and I come in here, and I paste it on. This is important. It has to be pasted in. Why is it not doing? Well, this thing's just messing all up tonight, isn't it? Sorry about that, folks. This normally doesn't create the issue that this is tonight. Let's see if I can get the paste to work there. Now, I paste it in, and then I come in and I get rid of what I want. Now, you do that before you pay the points, because you're not careful. I make sure it posts. I've got third. Now, I go to his great building. I go to his Hamaji Castle. And then, we said it would take 95 points, so I'm going to double check, make sure my math is correct, because you really don't want to make math mistakes here. So, 5 times 19 is, so 20 times 5 is 100, right? So then we minus the 5 points, so that's 95 points. So I'm going to pay 85 out of my daily pull. That's actually what I pull on my daily this time. Take 10 points out of my inventory. Go down here, make sure everything posted. And then I am actually going to take a moment and pull up my calculator on one of my tablets that I have. Sorry, I didn't actually intend to buy something this big, but there it is. These things happen. So, cut on my calculator, and I go 50 times 1.9 and verify that 95 is in fact the correct number. So I have now just bought third place on his Hamaji Castle. Now the reason why this is helpful is because A, it gives me more blueprints for leveling up, and it's going to give me almost 4,000 medals towards land expansion. So we come back here. Now he's now put 5th on there, and so whoever takes 5th will automatically, apparently it will flip the castle. and I'll get my payoff here in just a moment, hopefully. Ooh, I spent 53 points, so I clear that, collect my supplies, and let's see. And while we're here, we'll just come back to that later. Now, I want you to see one thing. Kind of off subject, but it shows why I just did what I did. There's my piece of land. It takes 65,000 metals to buy that plot of land, of which you can see I have 52,000. I will be less than probably 3,000 metals away once that pays off and comes in. So, somebody just took that position, I do believe. Yep. So my payoff should be coming in any moment. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for it to actually show up. I'm hoping it'll show up, but if not, I'll go ahead and end the video here in a moment. I'm sure your ears are all probably bleeding by now, but thank you for your time and attention. You see the little arrow that popped up? I just got all of my points that come back in. 66 points. Now I paid 95, but I got 66 back. So in the end, it really only cost me 29 points, forge points. All of that came from my daily collection, and it in fact ends up upping my total that are in my inventory, so that you can see that real quick, and then I will end. This video is probably 30 minutes long. I may go back and edit it a little bit. Alright. Yep, 1,794. So my number's gone up a little bit. Anyway, thank you for your time. Hope this helps. If you please don't hesitate to write me in the game. For those of you who aren't in my guild, I am on the E-World under Psycho Sanity. Once again, E-World under Psycho Sanity, all one word. Have a blessed day.